Welcome to the Lady Nighthawk Show, where we talk about hot topics. But tonight, we're talking about Tony Cobain. I know Tony Cobain. Do you know Tony Cobain?
Yeah, by way of your T-shirt, I know Tony Cobain too.
That's right. It's almost like when he's my friend.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Right.
Well, he's our friend.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have Tony Cobain with us tonight. We're not talking about hot topics. We're going to keep it light tonight, okay? So we're going to have him introduce himself. But we're going to have Ron, we're going to go backwards. We're going to have Ron introduce himself, and then we're going to go to Tony, okay? So Ron, because you know how to do that real quick. I don't.
Just put me on the spot here, Ron Peterson. Thanks again. Alpha 5 Universal Ministry. Violence-free communities.
Is it high five?
High five.
A high five.
High five. Violence-free communities.
Okay. So our special guest is Tony Cobain. Okay, and so Tony, tell us who you are.
I am Tony Cobain, as Ms. Paula just said. I'm a recording artist, comedian, actor. I'm a Whole Food connoisseur.
A Whole Food connoisseur?
Yeah, I go to different Whole Foods and like rate them. I'm joking.
I mean, they didn't say that on the internet. Wait a minute.
They didn't say it on the internet.
They didn't say that part.
The one in Tyson's Corner has like an arcade. That one is my favorite.
Okay.
The one in Atlanta, they have sauteed mushrooms. I haven't found those anywhere. Then there's the one in New York on like 14th Street. They don't have sauteed mushrooms.
You didn't go to one on 125th?
That's Whole Food 125th?
Yeah.
For real?
Whole
in Lennox.
Food. Whole Food, the grocery store. That's what we talking about, Whole Food, the grocery store.
Whole Foods grocery store.
I just want to make sure we're talking about Whole Food, the grocery store. Okay.
When they put that there? That's been there for a while.
You've been there for a while.
Get out. Whole
Yeah, I haven't been to Harlem.
Hey, I have to say this. I do not have any stock, or anyone that's in here has any stock in
that's
Whole
right.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, so that's my disclaimer. And we just having a conversation.
Yeah, that's
I do
not
I do
paid.
not
Not
have
paid.
any
This is not-
stock. Do you have stock in Whole
No,
Foods?
no,
Do
not
you
at
have
all.
stock?
No.
I just go there like.
You just visit the establishment.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have stock in there, so that's our disclaimer. Okay.
Thank you, Paula.
They were just telling us about the food that they go to when they go to this store. Okay. All right. All right. So
keeps us
anyway,
on point.
tell us about since we got our disclaimer out of the way. Tell us about you, the actor, the comedian, and the recording artist.
Yes. Okay, so I started this journey when I was about 13, 14 years old. I was kind of into sports, like I was playing baseball, basketball. I used to swim a little bit. One day I was like, no, this is not for me. I saw a kid get hit with a loose bat playing baseball, and I was like, nah, that could have been me. I quit. I'm done. So I kind of started, like, just studying things and, getting these movies, these DVDs from the library. That I'm kind of like, people like, I'm looking at people like Will Smith and Jim Carrey and Martin Lawrence.
How about Cat Williams?
When I started studying this, I love Cat.
Cat wasn't around at the time.
Well, he was like, this was 08, so he was just
Getting
becoming
out there. Yeah, because I like Cat. It's the first one he did.
like Cat, when he was early on Wild 'N Out, that's when.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when Cat was. I prefer early Kevin.
Cat Williams, that's me too. Yeah.
Cat Williams, and I prefer early Kevin Hart.
I guess.
When he did "I'm a Grown Little Man," this was before the one that really blew him up. That was hilarious too. But "I'm a Grown Little Man" and his 30-minute Comedy Central special he did in like 06. That one was like. That one was.
That was hilarious.
But you had some good mentors, though. I mean, everybody that you name, it's they're household names.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them, I'm old enough, too old, but I saw them when I was your age, baby, But I mean, I followed them. Some of them, like you said, that their skits kind of changed, during the course of time. But you have some good mentors that you were studying behind, so I can see why you, being as young as you are, according to the internet, that you have, really blown up. You know what I mean? And I'm glad to know you.
Thanks.
Okay, because we need to show our young men what it is that they can do.
Yes.
And we don't have to depend on somebody else.
Exactly.
But we can learn our craft how did you say you started out?
So I just started basically just studying, just watching movies and reading books on acting. I read this book on stand-up comedy, and then I just started to do stand-up comedy, and I had put myself in theater school when I was 15. That's when I started.
Yeah, see what I mean?
And I would go there. I would go there on the weekends and then in the summertime, and so I did the work.
Self-taught.
Self-taught, and I did the work. I studied, and not to down anybody, but a lot of people in this age we're in now, the social media age, people just want to be famous, and they don't want to actually learn the craft of what they're doing, even newer folks, like Chadwick Boseman went to Howard as well.
Okay. So you went to Howard.
Oh, so you went to Howard.
Yeah, I went to Howard.
Let's say, so you went to Howard.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
because you just talked about Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, Chadwick.
But you went to Howard.
Yes.
Okay, that's true.
Yes.
Okay, that's right. The internet forgot to tell you that you went to. Did the internet say he went to Howard?
Yes, it did.
Oh, it did. Okay.
It did.
So it did.
And Julia.
And Julia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I studied film acting with this woman in New York named Rita Litton. She wasn't attached to Juilliard, to my knowledge. I don't know. I auditioned for Juilliard, NYU, and
You ain't got to tell us all that.
yeah.
Yeah, we going to, the internet say, we're going to go with what the internet say.
I could have got it wrong.
Yeah, you got it
I could
wrong.
have got it
That's
wrong.
right.
It
We
said
going
audition.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
That's what they said.
Yeah,
The
and,
audition.
Yeah, there was
Right.
another school, the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, that auditioned for. I got into NYU in American AMDA. That's the
Right.
the initials. I got into both of those, but I just ended up at Howard, which was a very great decision.
Historical black college.
Very historic.
Yes.
Very historic.
Yeah.
Yes. HU.
Yes, you.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
And the vice president is from Howard University.
Yes, yeah, a lot. And seeing a lot of those people, like Kamala Harris and people like Chadwick Boseman that I just mentioned. I think he went there in the early 2000s, but seeing somebody like that, Chadwick Boseman's like, oh man, he literally went here, walked the same hall, so I could be probably like the the Red Panther.
Oh, okay.
We're going to wait for that.
The Burgundy Panther.
Yeah, we're going to wait for that.
It's out there.
Yeah, I mean, sky's the limit. We're going to wait for that.
Good.
So you do filming. You just filmed something.
Yes.
Okay. And I think that we have some of that clip on the Alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whichever way, Tom, you want to flip those, we don't care this time. There you go.
Yes.
That's yeah, so
That
tell
was
us
hot.
about that. That was something different. That wasn't the new one you did.
I almost dehydrated in that. So that was for I shot that last week in Atlanta, and that's for this project Night Star. So basically, it's a music video / short film. Kind of like how Michael Jackson used to make his music videos, like
Right.
short films and stuff like that. So basically, that's what that is, and I'll be like flying a spaceship and going into outer space and battle rapping aliens. Not really battle rapping aliens, but I'll be in space, going.
Right.
But that's a cool little outfit that you had on though.
I wish I could have kept it.
I mean, but it was really cool. I said, oh, if I saw Alien like that, I wouldn't be so scared, okay? Because I just think that he was just trying to protect himself from COVID. Okay?
Yeah. COVID, monkeypox, all that.
Whatever, monkeypox, everything.
I'm scared. Like, COVID is bad, but
I call it the variant.
The variant.
Yes.
There's so many variants, but I am petrified of monkeypox.
I think all of
I
us
saw the pictures and I was like, woof.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Right.
Like COVID, I think I had COVID one time and I beat it. Like I didn't know I had it, but it was like, okay, it's not that, okay, it can't be that bad if I didn't know I had it.
Right.
And, I beat it.
Because you thought you had the flu.
Yeah, but like monkeypox, I saw pictures and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Everybody, it should scare everybody half to death.
That looked alien.
But it's
Right.
that, yes.
Yeah. I was
But
like,
that's not even new.
Really?
That came. It was around in 1958. Okay, and they said it was from a monkey in a lab. Like everything else is always, they blame it on the monkeys.
They always blame it on the monkeys.
The
Like
little
I know,
monkeys.
You know, there's a monkey in the jungle somewhere probably. With his banana. Like, come on.
Right. Why don't they just leave the monkey in the jungle and stop taking them in the labs?
Yeah.
Because every time they take it, something bad happens, right?
Yeah, they just blaming it. They blame it on Curious George.
Yes, that's right. That's right. It's his little yellow, his little trainer with the yellow outfit.
I'm just trying to make my money and shoot my show. I'm Curious George. I didn't start this.
Right.
Oh my goodness, my goodness.
Right. Poor little monkey.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's been around before, and it's out again. And last week or 2 weeks ago, it was like 6,668 that was on the news across the country.
Jeez.
That it has spread that much, but it's not supposed to be airborne.
Hope not.
But I'm not sure. We didn't see it when we looked it up last time, though, that they said it had gotten airborne yet.
Right, but
But somebody said that it was airborne. I'm trying to figure out, how do you get 6,668 people?
Well, see, the internet said.
The internet said. No, I got that.
I don't even want to talk about the
Well, I'm not going to talk about it no more, but I'm
there.
going to turn. I'm going to leave it alone.
I don't even want to put it out there because,
yeah, because I got
they're
it off the
talking
news, off the bottom of the screen that nobody reads, okay? I read the bottom of the screen. I don't listen to the news. I read the screen because they don't talk about what's at the bottom of the screen. They talk about everything else but. So it's some really interesting information that comes across the bottom of that screen, though. Do you watch the bottom of the screen on the news?
Yes.
Do you?
I don't watch TV as much as I used to.
don't either. Nobody does.
Because I try to, kind of channel what I consume.
Good energy.
Good energy. And I remember one night I had the news on and I was like falling asleep. And before you fall asleep, and as soon as you wake up, that's when your brain is
more active.
Yeah, and susceptible to take stuff in. So I was falling asleep one night, and the news was like, murder, woman rape, shooting, fire, rape, murder, child punches man and he dies. And I was like, what happened today? Like, is there anything good?
Right.
I was like, geez.
Right.
What is happening?
Right. And so.
Well, share with us some of the projects. What are you working on? What are you doing?
So I'm working on, I just wrapped the Night Stars project in Atlanta. That comes out, the actual single comes out August 26th, and the music video / short films comes out, I think, September 16th. I'm also working on a short film called What's Behind a Smile, collaborating with the Craft Makers in Queens. That's about a radio personality that, he's battling depression. I'm working on that. I'm working on my stand-up album that's coming out on Christmas called Orthodox, and my second music album called Different Energy 2 that comes out in March. And that's pretty much all the main things I'm working on. I'll be at the Laugh Factory in LA September 4th.
Okay.
Telling some jokes.
Okay.
You've been around. I mean, it's interesting. Such a young man that you represent what you can do if you put your mind to it.
Yes. We can do whatever.
Yeah, you can be whomever.
Be whatever.
And do whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
If you put your mind to it.
And I also I told my dad this like a while ago, I look at people like, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all the civil rights leaders, and like, the slaves, that, fought, and all that. And I look at what they did, and then I look at what I'm doing, and I'm like, man, what they did was difficult. So what I can do is, I can do it because it's not that tax they had. They made it easy for us, So,
they did.
Yep. So
Oh, say it one more time.
They made it easy for us to do all of this.
Yes, and people forget. And young people don't even know. A lot of them don't even know about these people that you just named. They might have heard somebody mention them, or they might have heard somebody talk about them, but they really don't know what because I'm not, yeah, right. But the things that, and then there's people before me,
Right.
I put it that way,
Right.
before me that, what we did to get where we are.
Lay the foundation.
Lay the foundation out, and
Did the marches, the struggling, the
right,
dogs, the
right,
hoes.
Yeah, they marched so we wouldn't have to be out in August in them suits, because I don't think I was built to march in like Georgia, Alabama. I would have been getting into it with Martin Luther King. Like, I'm like, look, Mr. King, like, look.
I
like,
love you dearly.
Look, I understand, but look, can we get some water? like, look, man, like, I don't think all of us gonna make it up here. Like, this march, like, and like, no, we will persevere. No, I mean, we might die like on the way because it's too hot. Yeah, so I think I was born in the right time because like, and then like, it's just like, I don't like dogs and stuff. Like, I mean, I don't like big dogs. You know, they was sick. I'm like, look,
and you didn't want to be sprayed with the hose.
Yeah, I'm like, I probably wouldn't have made it one day because like I snapped back and talked back. So I would have been like,
Well, you know, I never got sprayed by a hose because I wasn't down south. I was here, okay, with you know, the marches that they had here. I wasn't in the original march.
Okay.
I mean, you're not even that old.
But that's right. I love you. I love you, Tony. I know Tony Cobain.
That's right. Yes, we do.
But
you guys are youngins.
You know, it's interesting that you would say that because you know I fault adults, especially at jobs. I'm hearing somebody on here one day about jobs and being supervisors and having young people work for them, and how some of them just let the young people do anything. They're not teaching them how to be leaders or how to be supervisors or managers, okay, because they let them do anything that they want, and that's not good. They let them dress any way they want. That's not good. I mean, a lady at I was at the IHOP. I do not have stock in IHOP. I was eating there, okay. And just so happened, the lady was a manager, and she had to cook the food, right? So that's how we got into the conversation. And she said, well, my cook didn't come in today, but I know how to cook. And she did a good job, because, I mean, I said, did you cook this? She said, yeah. So she said, well, I have a problem. I hire young people all the time. And that's a good thing. Keep on hiring young people, but teach them, you know. And she said, but I can't rely on them because they don't show up, you know. And so she said, so it becomes difficult for me to keep staff because they come in late or they don't come at all. But then it makes a bad name for those that do, because not all of them are like that. And you are a good example that all of them are not like that, okay? Because you yourself, in telling us the story about, you know, the path that you did, you were self-taught. You read a book. You taught yourself how to do your craft, even though you went to a fantastic college, Howard University, and you went to Juilliard.
I could have got it wrong.
Think that's he auditioned at Juilliard.
You were right. I did go to Juilliard.
Yes, you did. Walk right up to the door. Yes,
I went to the door.
That's right, and auditioned. That's right. So that's not a lie.
That's not a lie.
No, okay, that's not a lie.
Okay.
They was like, when they was writing the internet bio, they was like, yeah, he did go to. Like, we saw him.
And the editor, when they edited, said, oh, let me take out this word, that word, and they shortened it, right? Because somebody has to proofread, right? And so this has to be an error.
Next week, the internet gonna say I'm married to Jamie Foxx's daughter.
Hey, I know that's right. You know, because they said.
But you know, one of the interesting things that Tony, you said that is you took time to do that study.
To learn his craft.
Learn it, and to put it time in to do that, and like, you know, you're of the instant generation, but you saw how, you know, that it pays.
That's how you last.
How you last.
Yeah,
that's important for the young folks.
And then the thing about it, he started at an early age.
Yeah.
He was like 8, 9, 10. Come on.
No.
That's what the internet said. The internet said 8, 9, 10.
Right.
No, they say, what's the saying? You need 10,000 hours, you know, to, you know, become an expert or something. So that's 6 years. I don't know. Well, that's a lot of years.
That's a lot of years.
But so I started this process, you know, around 14, 15. And
I wasn't too far off. Come on now.
Then I started like, you know, really getting on stage at 16. So like now I'm at the, you know, age, you know, like now I'm kind of like, you know, I'm coming into form, like I'm coming into my my Kobe Bryant, LeBron James form.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And that's wonderful.
So is your comedy, is your act, is it G-rated, R-rated, is it adults only? Or?
No, it's me. It's like, It's pretty much just stuff I see, stuff I've been through. A couple years ago, I did this event in Brooklyn. It was a family church function. They used to throw this event in Canarsie Park out in Brooklyn.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, and so the guy that threw it, he was like, it's a friend of my mom. He was like, Tony, I'm gonna book you for this show. This is a family event. None of that, Eddie Murphy stuff. And I didn't believe this guy because he was kind of like full of it.
Yeah.
So I didn't really like believe him. So when I got to this event, it was a family event, and I was like, oh, snap. And my act is not like that bad.
Right.
It might have a cuss word every now and then. But to this crowd, when I got off stage, like this older lady had like threw some water on me and was like, "That's some holy water."
She was blessing you.
Yeah, but it was. I may have said like 2 cuss words.
Okay.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you had to learn how to say bleep bleep
Yeah.
something in the middle of it, so they know
Yeah.
that, oh, it's really a bad word, bleep bleep.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, it's so amazing that you started your craft and everything. So look, okay. What does the studio, because you have a logo, I know we moved from back to forward, the editor, Tom. Could you move us to a couple of more of those film, Tony Cobain Studios. So tell us about that. Because we think that you Tyler Perry, okay?
Oh, on the way, very close.
On the way, but he is on the way though.
Right there, right?
Yeah, he's right there. But what I liked about it is that he said that he wanted to bring it back home, and he wanted to find a studio here in Maryland. And then we're gonna hold him to that because it's on television.
Yes.
So if he gets a studio on
It's not
documented
internet. We got
in
it.
Maryland, then they'll go and do it down in Georgia.
No.
Okay. We're gonna come though. Now tell us about Tony Cobain. These shots that you got here. Tell us about them.
So Tony Cobain Studios is basically. I always, just had a vision of like ownership and wanting to, be like the.
Own your own masters.
Yeah,
stuff
just
like that.
just own and be the. I'm trying to think of the saying that I can't think of right now, but I was trying be the. Of my own destiny,
The keeper.
Keeper of my own destiny. Yes. So like I always had this vision, and then seeing Tyler Perry actually do it. Other folks have done it as well, but I've seen Tyler Perry Studios in Georgia. Then I like seen like the tour he did on YouTube, and I was like, wow, that is really cool. Like, and I want to do something like that, but just with my spin, and he has Georgia.
And we want to have Maryland.
And so like I'm looking at Maryland.
And not Baltimore.
Yeah, Maryland.
They say that you from your roots are from DC, DMV.
Yes.
Okay, so.
And I'm seeing a lot of.
I ain't mad about Baltimore now. Hold up, but the internet said that my brother was from Baltimore.
Yeah.
He's from the DMV.
Yes.
DMV.
Born and raised in DC. Okay, so I just want to make sure that's clear. But you can say we're close to Baltimore,
cousins.
right? We're cousins, so it's okay. So it's not really wrong
Yeah.
because you probably been over there and did some things.
Oh
right?
yeah, Baltimore. I've been in Baltimore a lot of times.
And they probably thought that you was from Baltimore.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote that piece,
Yeah.
in the editing, they messed up, right? Okay, all right. So anyway, so you've done these shots in Spotify. Tell us that was the one that he showed up.
Oh yeah, that was just like a Spotify like Billboard campaign that was running back in June and July. Yeah, that it was. They had the billboards, downtown Silver Spring and the malls and stuff, and that was pretty cool. I was like, I hope my exes walk past it.
Yes.
I told them, I was like, hey, could you get a billboard right next to yada yada address?
That's right. Now, that was mean, but okay, I understand. But this is a nice shot of you. I'm saying that, and it's another shot that you have that I know Tom Cobain. It's another shot that he had. Tom, did we hit all the films, all the shots? Was it one that we missed? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, let's go back to Night Stars because that's the one you just did.
Yes.
And tell us about the part about when you went to the grocery store. We're not gonna name the store.
Yeah, so we filmed that last Friday night, and I'm a big, I love the superhero movies and the Marvel stuff. So I felt like I'm like, yo, I want to keep this suit.
Right.
I was like, can I keep it? They was like, yeah, bring it back tomorrow. So And plus I didn't feel like taking it off.
Right.
And so, you know, I went to the store with it on, and like my mom was with me. She was like, boy, don't embarrass me with that. Take that off. And I'm like, no, I'm keeping it on. I'm an adult.
You had the helmet on too?
Nah. I took the helmet off. I took the helmet off, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had the suit on. But the crazy part, like nobody didn't, you know,
They didn't
pay
notice you.
attention.
They thought you had a motorcycle suit on.
Yeah, I guess they figured I was a race car driver.
Yeah, 'cause that's what it kind of looked like, a
Yeah.
race car driver, without the hat.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like a race car driver. I didn't send him that one. But, yeah, but I sent it to you, though, didn't I? I didn't send it to. Oh man, remind me to show you that picture.
I'm on out here. I didn't get a T-shirt.
I got you.
I got the shots.
Just point to me and say, I know him.
That's it.
I know him.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. It's good.
So you know, just the mere fact that you're from this area, and it is the DMV,
Yes.
and we all, no matter where we live in Baltimore, you know, Maryland or Virginia, we all are part of this unique area,
Yes.
you know, and we support each other, you know. So I mean, it's okay for them to say that you're from Baltimore because it's still part of the DMV,
Yeah.
you know.
A lot of people even say New York too.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, you know, you and him have a good old conversation going
Yeah.
because y'all keep on talk more about New York than y'all talk about D.C. I feel left
He was
out
there.
because
I
I'm
mean,
from
like,
D.C. and he from New York. So I mean, y'all got a thing
Yeah, I
going
spoke to
on.
my dad family though that's from up that way, and I've been like, you know, I've been going up that way like my whole life. So it's like that's like DC is the home, and it's like, you know, New York is kind of like, you know, cousin.
So
brother.
you hit some of the comedy spots in New York when you got?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've done, you know, quite a few spots in the Lower East Side.
Lower East Side, okay.
But a lot
Harlem,
of famous people came out of Baltimore too now.
Oh yeah.
You know.
It's funny story. Like Jada Pinkett, Baltimore, and it's funny. And Tupac and Jada Pinkett went to the Baltimore School of the Arts. Funny story. We had this same teacher.
Okay.
Yeah. Them in the '80s, and I had her in like 2010. I'm not gonna say her name because
But that's okay.
we didn't get along.
No, don't say her name.
What, your jokes were bad or what?
But that was for acting. She,
Oh,
just,
for acting,
you know,
okay.
we
But
just
now
didn't-
you can go get a Spotify and put outside her house. Because you made it, right? Yeah. And you're doing your own acting, right? You got your own studio, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, ain't there something about haters? You know, I mean, you
I have the vision, didn't it?
Yeah,
She had the vision,
She
right?
had a vision. And look, I'm just so glad that you didn't, that what she said affect you.
Oh yeah.
And you just went on and said, I know who I am.
Yeah, it's so many people along the way that'll tell you what you can or can't do, and I was like, look, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like I had somebody, so I got into rap like later, like music later, and I had somebody tell me, because I was just like acting and doing stand up. And I was like, one day, this was like 2016, I was a former friend of mine. I'm telling her, I'm like, hey, I kind of want to, you know, try
He
my
said
hand.
former friend.
Associate.
Okay, go ahead.
I was like, I kind of want to try my hand in music. I was like, Jamie Foxx does all three. Eddie Murphy has done all three. Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, you know, he's done all three. She responded with, they're talented. That's what she said.
We got 58
Yeah, you got
seconds left
58
on
seconds.
that.
That's what she said to me. And ever since then, I've just been, okay. I've been, you know,
Yeah,
writing
you've
away.
been doing it. Oh, yeah, another Spotify sign. On that, Tony, I thank you so much for coming out and being
Thank
with
you.
us today.
Thank
We're
you
going to
guys
have
for
you
having
back, okay? And I'm glad I know you. I can really say I know you.
I'm a real person.
And you're a real person. And so we want to look at this camera right here. Y'all, that is Tony Cobain, okay? If in the live and living color, he's a real person.
Yes.
And there he is,
Yes.
the comedian. Or are you rapping there?
Oh, that was stand up.
It was stand up, okay.
Yeah.
So he's a comedian, a singer, and he's an actor.
Yes.
Okay, so when you see him in the next movie or the video, just remember where you saw him here in this area first.
Yes.
Tony.
Miss Paula. Ron.
So we're going to say good night from the Lady Nighthawk Show, and we thank you so much for sharing your life and your history with you. We wish you much success.